So this is Lucifer here. This is Lucifer here, business and spiritual consultant. As always, if it's your first time joining my channel, welcome. Secondly, if you're wondering what Lucifer is doing on this planet, and let me tell you, he's talking about everything that the world is made of, which is what? Business and spirituality. Now listen, I don't want to talk about this man, but this is serious shit. Now, this man said that if you believe in conspiracies, you are a unstable and paranoid schizophrenic. The thing is, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. And this man posting his community tab, what would have happened to Chris Rock if he had, what would have happened to Will Smith if he hadn't said that he was sorry? Showing pictures of all of his family being dead. Now let me ask you, how would you know about that if you didn't know about those people? Unbalanced, paranoid, schizophrenic. To make it even worse, Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock because Chris Rock dissed Jada Pinkett last year when she was trying to stand up for black people. The same man that I'm talking about is going after Chris Rock, is going after Will Smith for the same reason. That's why he's not on Will Smith's side, because that guy is not a paranoid, unstable schizophrenic. Look, I know these guys are actors and everything, but I still like the slap. It still felt good to me. Why? Because it's kind of iffy. Every time somebody tries to stand up for black people, they get rolled on. So by the Illuminati, they get steamrolled and they get insulted. Not steamrolled. They get insulted by the Illuminati. So to me, it's kind of like a good thing that that happened. Give me a second. So, paranoid, unstable, schizophrenic. That's not on Will Smith's side for defending his girl. I mean, you know, it's kind of iffy. I mean, like, that's the thing about this person. It's like one extreme to the other. There's no content. Content is king. You know, I think he's getting away with a lot of shit that even my channel couldn't get away with. Like, even me being a small channel, like, the shit that he does, I would never get away with that shit. Like, so anyways, another thing, I don't know what y'all niggas have, but anyway, whatever, man. There's a lot of bullshitters out here, man. You know, there's too many bullshitters, man. Like, they're all part of this Truman show. This is a Truman show, man. You gotta wake up. This is a Truman show, man. They're trying to, nothing is real. They're trying to, like, they're enveloping our environment for us to think that they are the only way out, which is a complete load of shit. Like, it's not true. Like, everybody feels like they're the only way out. They're not the only way out. There's a bunch of way outs. A bunch. It's just that these guys were clever enough to figure out that if you devise them, you will conquer. So if they devise us, they'll conquer us, right? If you stay isolated, if you don't have friends, because you can be isolated in a group. You can be isolated in a group of people. How? If one group of people, if the group of people is part of like a national army, right? And the only people that you feel you can hang around with is that national army, then you're isolated. You're not living real life, because real life is not about being a army soldier. I mean, real life is about, like, doing things. Period. Like exploring, adventuring, knowing, shit like that, right? So those guys, when people join people like that, when people join certain groups like that, they are actually isolating themselves. They're isolating themselves of out of real life, right? They don't want to be part of real life. They don't want to face the dangers of real life. They don't want to face the traumas of real life. They don't want to face the hurt of real life, because life will hurt sometimes. For some people, life is like smooth as butter, and for some other people, it's not as smooth as butter, especially for adventurous people. People that are adventurous, it's not going to be smooth as butter. I mean, like, but it is kind of smooth as butter because that's what I wanted. I wanted adventure. So I wanted to have a roller coaster. I wasn't expecting things to be smooth all the time, or else I wouldn't be on an adventure. I wanted adventure because I wanted excitement. I wanted to try something new. I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. So that's my fault. That's the consequence of my, whatever. So these guys are trying to stop this real life from existing, right? And a lot of people are part of it. A lot of people are not trying to do that per se. They're just trying to pay their bills, and they think that they will be able to pay their bills like that. I mean, yeah, you can pay your bills joining the Illuminati if that's the only thing you want, out of life, is just pay your fucking phone bill until you're fucking 80 years old and then you die. Join the Illuminati. I mean, they definitely. I mean, they don't have a lot of money, but they have enough money for you to pay your phone bills. That's for sure. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Um, but for other people, that's like me, that don't want to pay a fucking phone bill until they're 85 years old and then they fucking die. Illuminati is not necessarily the right choice. You know what I mean? I'd rather find something else. You know what I mean? And I would suggest the same for anybody that thinks like me, everybody that wants to live a real life and enjoy a real life and not have to deal with bullshittery. Um, being part of all these fucking bullshit YouTubers, making friends with bullshit YouTubers, joining bullshit groups and bullshit this and bullshit that, believing everything that you see is true, believing that all these people are rich, believing that all these people are self-made when they're not. Like, don't believe that shit, man. Don't believe that shit, bro. Like, believe people that are genuine, man. Like, not everybody's there yet. You know what I mean? And there's no shame into not being there yet, man. You're part of an adventure. You should be admired for taking on an adventure, because there's a lot of people that have not been on an adventure. There's a lot of immature people nowadays because they're playing it on easy mode. They're on easy mode and they are super immature because they don't know people, they've never seen people before, they never encountered people before, they never been on the adventure before, they never been on their own before, they never shit. There's some people that never even paid for their own apartments. Like, they never lived by themselves. They never slept in their own beds by themselves with no one around. You know what I mean? In an apartment. There's some people that never done that before. So, not being where you want to end up as of right now is nothing to be ashamed of. It's all part of the journey. You're learning things. And as you learn things, the better you'll become and the more powerful you're going to become, and the more successful you're going to become. So there's nothing to be afraid of. Of course, everything around you seems like it's all fucked up because of this fucking Truman Show, but nothing's fucked up. It's a Truman Show. It's a gag. It's just for laughs. It's a fucking joke. See you guys later. Have a good one. Peace out.